Today's court filings in the University of Idaho student murders case contained bombshell disclosures about another suspicious purchase by suspect Bryan Kohberger, along with new information about his academic study of crime scenes.
Fox 13's Shira Matsuzawa joining us from the newsroom to show how these developments may further link Kohberger to the quadruple stabbings.
Prosecutors told the judge they intend to introduce receipts from Dick's Sporting Goods showing that Kohberger bought a black face mask like the one worn by the tall, thin intruder described by one of the victim's surviving housemates.
Kohberger bought the mask in January of 2022, 10 months before the stabbing deaths of Kaylee Gonsalves, Madison Mogan, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin. Just last week, the prosecution revealed proof that Kohberger went on Amazon to buy a K-bar combat knife and sheath. A K-bar sheath was under Madison's body, allegedly containing Kohberger's DNA on the snap. And the mask wasn't the only major development to come down today. Prosecutors said they will also introduce a paper Kohberger wrote in forensics class while studying for his master's degree at DeSales University. It's titled Crime Scene Scenario Final. And the scenario involves a woman who has been stabbed to death in her home. In the paper, Kohberger gives step-by-step instructions on collecting evidence and documenting the murder scene. Quote, the deceased woman in her living room. Specific shots should be focused on the evidence of harm on her body and clothing, the bruises on her face, the marks on her neck, the bloody shirt, and any other signs of post-mortem lividity should be photographed. Is there any sign of forced entry to the home? If there is not forced entry, it may be suggested that the woman knew her killer. The 12-page paper mentions many of the same methods used to identify Kohberger as a suspect in the killings, such as collecting nearby surveillance footage and recovering genetic material. Quote, I should make sure to swab under her fingernails to see if the DNA of the offender is there. She likely dug into their skin. The prosecutors say they want to admit the paper because it shows the defendant's knowledge of crime scenes and how investigators search for clues to build a case. These new disclosures are a response to a defense motion that the prosecution has buried them under terabytes of evidence in the form of documents and raw video files, and there's not enough time to sort through it all. Attorney and legal analyst Ann Brumner says if prosecutors don't narrow that pile of material down and fast, it could result in a major win for Kohberger.
They start out by saying, we can't get ready for trial. We don't have adequate descriptions of what their expert's going to say, what they're going to rely on, etc. I bring that up because in Lori Vallow-Daybell's case, the doomsday cult mom, a failure of discovery by the prosecution was why the judge took the death penalty off the table. That's a key in this case.
Kohberger's next court hearing is April 9th. The trial is scheduled to begin in August. In the newsroom, Shira Matsuzawa, Fox 13 News.